other Caucasians to the back. Immediately.
A few weeks ago, a 66-year-old handyman named Lawrence Herr was installing a mailbox outside of a home in Kenner, Louisiana, toiling away in the heat, working past retirement age to provide for his sick 90-year-old mother. And that's when two men in their 20s, Taj Matthews and Maurice Holmes, drove by. And unlike Lawrence Herr, Taj and Maurice were not productive members of society. They were not the kinds of people you'd want living in your neighborhood or anywhere near your kids. Maurice Holmes had just gotten out of prison on a 6-year sentence for domestic violence. And that day, Maurice Holmes and Taj Matthews were supposed to be at their jobs at IHOP, but they pretended to be sick. And a few hours after getting out of work, they passed Lawrence Herr for the first time as he was working on the mailbox. Surveillance footage shows that the two men drove by and then made a U-turn and passed by Lawrence Herr again. And then they made another U-turn and they drove past a second time and then another U-turn. On the third pass, Maurice Holmes handed a 9mm pistol to Taj Matthews, who then proceeded to shoot Herr in the back. Lawrence Herr bled out next to the mailbox as the two men drove away. A few weeks ago, a 66-year-old...
Wait a minute, why haven't I seen this on any of the social justice warriors pages that are dedicated to calling out racism and hate crimes? If the roles were reversed, this nation would come to a screeching halt, and it would be played like a broken record on all the headlines for weeks. But however, as it is, it will be swept under the rug. Play the clip.
Now to our continuing coverage of the accused gunman who randomly killed two men in North Tulsa. We now know the killings were likely racially motivated.
Days after being denied bond, Carlton Guilford faced a judge virtually for his arraignment. He's charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder, 2 counts of shooting with intent to kill, and now a new charge, which falls under what Oklahoma considers a hate crime. It's a misdemeanor charge, according to Oklahoma law. In Guilford's case, it alleges he intentionally shot London Hathcock and James McDaniel based on their race or color.
Just the results of the division pushed by political actors for their lust of more power.
Bible says that we should do unto others as we would have them to do unto us. You the ones that is not wearing a mask because you believe that this virus is a hoax. So you telling me that I can do the same thing to you that you are doing to me. So I'm going to employ all of my liberal friends out there who may have been diagnosed with this virus and have been said that you are asymptomatic. You find these Trump rallies. Go to these Christian churches that are conservative who don't believe in wearing a mask and give them the virus, because it is your people, your friends, your family members, your children that is getting sick, and some of them are dying because of this virus. We have to fight fire with fire. They don't care about your children. They don't care about you. They just wants to be right. So let's do them the same thing they're doing to us. Maybe they may get the next. To all of my Christian conservatives who believe
is how we are going to exterminate white people, because that, in my estimation, is the only conclusion I have come to. We have to exterminate white people off of the face of the planet to solve this problem. Now, I don't...
Wait, so this was on C-SPAN? On national television? And they didn't cut this man off and say you're engaging in hate speech? They just let him continue and the people clapping in the audience? This is like some straight up heading into the, 1940s German regime that was exterminating Jews kind of rhetoric that is happening right now amongst leftist black supremacists. I can't even believe this was even allowed on C-SPAN. This is,
And the one idea is